Pacheco's the running back to start. Quick throw, caught, diving up.
You know, you already know when you see that red and white that some BS is about to go down.
So in the second half, Bishop and Worthy go up for a loose ball. It appears to come down sort of between them. And
Okay, so let's really look at this, right? Let's just slow it down and see what's going on here. So there's one Xavier worthy hand all the way down there. And there's one over the top of the ball. But he's got his arm under the ball and his other arm on top of the ball. Neither one. Can you definitively say either one of these people have possession? Where? Stop me where either one of them has possession. Is it because it's not there, right? It's not there because his hand goes into his face. His hand goes into his face. That's not the ball, that's his face, right? So, and by this point, the ball's hit the ground. So the ball has hit the ground, and he has his hand to the face, and he still has his hands kind of around the ball right here, right? So, and then it hits the ground. So, at what point exactly does he gain possession, right? Because it can't possibly be any time before this point, because neither one of them has possession, and the ball has touched the ground by now. And then you can make the case that here you can call this him having possession, but that's too late. The ball's already dead. The ball's already dead right there because his hand is not on the ball. That ball is dead. That's a dead ball. And they're saying it didn't move, and since it didn't move, that's why it's a catch, because the ball didn't move. Let's look at the football operations. Completing a catch.
It is a catch if an eligible player secures the ball in his hands or arms before the ball hits the ground.
Let's see. And who's there? Look who's there, man. It's always them. Let me see. Let me see what this could be. What a throw. Complete. That is a catch.
The player must have control of the ball.
Must have control of the ball.
Get 2 feet or another body part.
Both feet are in bounds right there. Boom, there they are.
And perform any
Mike Dub, dude. Look how inspirational my guy is.
common football acts, such as a third step, extending the ball, or having
I love Mike Dub. Man, dude, I miss him so much. Look, he got 3 replays. And look who it is. Look who it is. Once again. Okay, that's definitely incomplete. It was definitely incomplete.
It is an incomplete pass.
Look who it is, dude.
If a player goes out of bounds before regaining control, it is an incomplete pass.
Got a catch. Look at that. So, let's see. A player who makes a catch may advance the ball for a pass. Blah, 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 blah. So the first thing you have to do is secure control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground. So before it touches the ground, he needs to let's all read it together now. Secures control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground, right? So since we've established that this is the first thing that needs to be satisfied, let's look at just exactly where Just exactly where is this met, right? Because he doesn't have it there. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. His arm is all the way over there, and last time I checked, you can't possess a ball with one hand, especially when it's pinned inside of, it is wrapped inside of his arm, and he has another hand on top of it. If you were to ask me who has possession here, I would say neither of them, but if I had to pick one, it would be the Bills, because it's in his elbow, like, and he has, at the very minimum, he has two, hands on it, with Worthy has one, right? So let's keep going, and we're going to, like, so where does he get? It's not there because it touches his face. That's his hand going into his face, and that's that ball going into the ground. So, and his arm, his forearm, if you look at it, his forearm is laying on top of his fingers. So even then, he still doesn't have most of the ball. The Bills have most of the ball. So this ball is dead by definition because he did not secure control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the fall, or prior to the ball touching the ground, right? So let me just close this tab. I don't need that tab open. So, I mean, you tell me, right? You tell me, dude, because I don't know. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe I'm coping and seething and molding and screaming at clouds. But I mean, I don't see how it could be any clearer. Just any clearer than that, right? Because he does not gain possession ever. Neither of them really gain possession. They should have just taken the 5 yards, but they got 37 yards out of this, by the way. That's the problem. That's the problem, is they got 37. If this was a 2nd and 5 and they threw it, like 3 yards ahead, and now it's like 3rd and whatever, it doesn't matter. But what happens is, it's all the time too. It's these huge, impactful plays. They get the least penalized, but when they do get penalties, or when they get things that go their way, it's like, it really just makes you sit back and go, because I mean, look at that. You ever seen that before? Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever seen anything like that before, where the ball is just not touching the ground? The ball is not caught. The ball's not caught by either of them. Neither of them have. This is not control of the ball. This is not control of the ball. This is not possession at all, in any definition. That's not possession. The Bill player does not. I wouldn't even consider that having possession. And then, hand to the face mask and forearm above the fingers, nose of the ball touching the ground. Neither of them have possession. That is a dead ball. But guess what?
Then on review, that is
Catch. Does he have possession yet? We'll stop it. We'll stop it when he has possession.
I think it's really important here. Worthy.
We'll stop it when he has possession. Does he have possession? Does he have possession of this ball? Does this look like he has possession of this ball? He does not have that ball like this. He doesn't have it like this. He doesn't have it like this. The Bills player has the ball like this. And Worthy's hand is just, on top of it. Like, oh, I'm participating. I play football. I'm here too, guys. So, that's not possession. The Bills player is holding Xavier Worthy's arm. And then that ball touches, the nose of that ball touches. He doesn't have possession of it. And then hands to the face. Hands, because he never gets 2 hands on it. That's not possession. That's not having possession of the ball. That's not even clear possession of the ball. I think they're saying that, like, is there an argument to be made that he's pinning it against his shoulder? No, because look, it's not against his shoulder. and then the nose of the ball touches the ground. Neither of them have possession. That ball's dead. That's the deadest ball I've ever seen. I've never seen a deader ball than that. Touch, dead. And they say the Chiefs get all the calls.
The thing is, there's obviously no control of the ball. It's simple. He's in the process of getting it under control. He never does.
He never
hand
does.
is making contact with the ball, but that is not enough.
It's not enough.
A catch for the Chiefs is just mind-blowing to me. Would it have mattered? I don't know. I also don't think it should have been
That's
called
the thing. It's not about if it mattered or not. It's just the fact that it needs to happen to it. It's the fact that this team is supposed to be so great, and it's supposed to be the greatest team we've ever seen, and they get calls like this, and it really takes away from the impressiveness that the Chiefs have established over these past years. It detracts from their greatness. It puts asterisks on their legacy that don't necessarily need to be warranted. So it's really a lose-lose. Like, the Chiefs aren't benefiting from these calls in the grand scheme of things, because I mean, look at how many people are breaking it down and obviously seeing that this ball was not a complete ball. I mean, can you
Come on, baby, bring it out. Bring out the piston cup. Ka-chika, ka-chika. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Hey, how come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Bring on the confetti. Ow, ow. Easy with the confetti. What's going on? Come on, snap some pictures. I gotta go sign my deal with Dynaco. Ka-chika, say it with me. Ka-chika, ka-chika. What's everybody? What's happening? Hey, this is the chick era.
If that's, look, the Chiefs are all about, sorry, hold on. I'm a dark person. I need some light here. Let me look up some light here. I used to do this for Zoom calls. Yeah, I used to do this for Zoom calls. You just bring up a white image and there you are, suddenly. But the Chiefs have been trying to be like entering their villain era. And if they want to be a villain, like, this is the villain that they are being. This is the villain. Like, this is the villain that they are. They aren't Thanos. They aren't, like, Doom. They aren't some big hulking, terrifying behemoth of a team that can barely score 30 points. Like, if they're gonna be villains, this is the one that they are. Sorry, Chiefs. I didn't do it. Maybe you didn't pay the refs and they're just doing this on their own volition, but it's not us that you have to complain about, the fans. We don't have any influence on. All we can do is complain about what we see. And what we see is garbage. And that will be my take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a very also good comment that should have been addressed. Like, yeah, that should have been addressed at the end of the game when the Bills threw the ball deep to the tight end who didn't catch it and they threw a flag. It really felt like it's like, all right, just in case they convert this crazy play, we gotta flag them for something, But they didn't convert. Let me put this back in my pocket. So it's stuff like that. And then Chiefs fans will just tell you to cope, seed, maul, and then Nick Wright will be like, "Oh, never a doubt. There was this. The NFL's not rigged. I look like Hamilton." And it's just something that you just have to deal with, But that's life, and I won't leave you with a sour taste in your mouth. I'll cleanse your palate before I go. T-Billy ball. I remember that. Did you see that? Look at this. He's like, "Oh, I'm going too fast. I need to slow down." And then he says, "Oh, crap, that ball is actually going to pass me. And he needs to run under it and catch it, because that ball is going deep. J Herbo crazy. And look how far he backed up. Look how far from the line of scrimmage he is. He's just in front of the 35, launching this thing to the freaking 3-yard line. And he just does it so effortlessly multiple times a game. And they say people who have won playoffs games are better than him. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. He didn't even fake the slide. He's an NFL quarterback, and he gets the same rules that everyone else, and he didn't fake the slide. That's because Jay Herbo is just an upstanding citizen, a role model, what every QB should be aspire to be. Doesn't flop, doesn't fake slide. He will truck you and then put you in concussion protocol. But that's just my QB one. I don't know about yours.
Slides down inside the 10 where it's first and goal, Los Angeles. Once more, Herbert. Sidearm sling, and it's a touchdown. Austin Eckler into the end zone.
Pew. Pew.
And they may pop out, they may blitz. Chargers need to get to the 27-yard line, and they do. Their first down of this game, Joshua.
Ah, J Herb. So good. That's what he can do. Why even try to defend J Herbo? Boom! Can you imagine? Can you imagine once he gets his #1 target? Like, we get something super fast, they're cooked. They're done for. Not even the refs could stop them. 3 of those passes were to Jalen Guyton. Whoop. Boom! Right between your numbers. That ball's going to go into your chest. T-Billy ball. I remember that. Did you see that? Look at this. Look at this. He's like, oh, I'm going too fast. I need to slow down. And then he says, oh, crap. That ball is actually going to pass me. And he needs to run under it and catch it, because that ball is going deep. J Herbo crazy. And look how far he backed up. Look how far from the line of scrimmage he is. He's just in front of the 35, launching this thing to the freaking 3-yard line. And he just does it so effortlessly multiple times a game. And they say people who have won playoffs games are better than him. Can you name me 10 quarterbacks better than that? What happened, Mike? What are you doing back? Where's no one covering you? Do you know how a lot of these passes aren't to his #1 receiver, like Keenan Allen? They're all to just randoms. They're all to random people. Except for that one. That one was Keenan Allen. Psh.
And a lot of time here and still just at the 27. Herbert steps up into the pocket, lets it go to a wide open Allen.
We didn't win this game.
Los Angeles.
We did not win this game. You can tell because of jerseys. Ooh.